Have you ever questioned everything you ever learned until now? You are not alone. Welcome to Mystical Mavericks, a tribe that embraces your uniqueness and superpower. Discover how you can access your innate gifts and create a reality of fulfillment, purpose, and passion. Are you ready to go within to win? Discover the keys to success on The Mystical Mavericks Show.
Bonjour, Mystical Mavericks. I am delighted, blessed. We are delighted and blessed to have such an incredible divine being with us today. And we are going to be with Tim Storey today, and a little bit about Tim. Credited for enhancing the lives of millions, it has traveled to 78 countries, helping people visualize and realize the best version of themselves, whether they are at the high point in their lives or experiencing their lowest valley. He has empowered people all over the world to discover a new miracle mentality, which is his new book, by the way, and I highly recommend. Enabled them to turn their setbacks into comebacks. Beautiful. Through his several best-selling books, presentation, strategy sessions, his mission is to bring forth the light all of the possibilities that are too often blocked by fear or hidden by one's limited viewpoint. And now, welcome, Tim Storey, my friend. Thank you so much for being here with us. Wow. Tim Storey. I have no filters, and let me say this, because I'm not from here, so I really don't know much about you, and I don't apologize for that. I am not from this country. I go by presence, and your presence is so divine and so holy that it is wisdom within itself. Just by you being here with us in this show, this Mystical Mavericks, and I know you're very successful and you empower billions of people. I know this. And how did you, in fact, talking about this divine presence, how did you yourself along the way or in your background, what was instrumental for you to unlock this divine purpose that now you are helping so many people?
Yes. And number one, thank you for saying this. I feel like when I was little, I had what I called a miracle mentality. And as you know, a miracle is something supernatural, extraordinary, uncommon. So even as a young person, when I first would see like Disneyland, the first time I saw it, my imagination just went beyond. The first time I saw certain types of musicals or heard different music, my mind always went beyond. So I knew that I was not supposed to be common, normal, and ordinary. So I felt that at a very early age. Yes.
You give me the chills all over.
Yeah.
Whoa. Is it possible that most people are born, could it be possible that most people, or we're all born perhaps with this divine blueprint, no?
I really do believe that all people are born with a divine blueprint. But I think what happens is that there's a saying that is, you have been born an original. Make sure that you don't remain a copy. What happens to many, many people is they have originality about them. They're maybe shy or quiet or introspective. And the more I study documentaries and read books, you find that some of the most fascinating people were like this. But it's very important that when you realize that you have something different, I say this about your calling. Your calling is specific and it's always unique. When you identify your uniqueness, it's important that you guard your uniqueness. You must guard it. Yeah.
So God's gift, this protection or protecting this gift, this inner talent or inner voice that guides you along the way. However, it's so easy to tell people, well, listen to the guidance, and you are an intuitive, you have to listen to intuition. But the question the most I got is how?
Yeah.
Okay, how? Show me how. Show me the way. How?
Yes.
How do I tap in?
Yeah. So my answer to that would be this, is that if you really think about it, whenever we are in true silence, our dream has a voice. So let me take you as a young girl. When you were 7, 8, 9 years of age, what were you thinking of even becoming?
Myself?
Did you think about it? Did you think about, I want to be a ballet dancer, I want to be a painter? What was going through you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little different because I didn't think. I was sitting in meditation knowing that was going to happen. So, I mean, to me, I was doing it already.
Yes.
In the present moment, because I dream. I didn't do anything. I was dreaming all the time.
Yes. Okay. So that's good. So to me, you were advanced. But I think what happens is that when a person gets into a place of quiet, what I call the holy ground, it is at that time where you become in alignment to your assignment. Because your assignment, in my opinion, has already been spoken in the universe. And now I just need to become alignment to my assignment. And when people learn this, it can really change their life.
Thank you.
Yes.
It can really change their lives. It's extraordinary. I mean, wisdom, beauty, this holy ground that you speak about, that not from books. Not from books. How can you direct people to this knowledge that is direct knowledge? Because we can read all we want. We can go to the teachers and the masters and then go to the Himalayas and the blessings and the meditation and why not? It's beautiful.
Yes.
But, I mean, come on, there is a disconnect because at one point you got to, what you say, turn it off. You have to be here now, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree. So I think it's very important to first understand that even though as a young person, I was raised in a Christian church. So I was raised in a Christian church. So I see things in a way where I do believe that there is an awesome God who created the world. Okay. But if someone sees it differently, I don't have a challenge with any of this. That's how they see things. Okay. Or maybe how they have experienced things. But for me, I do believe that you and I have a direct connect with our Creator. And so if that is so, what a beautiful thing. And there's actually a Bible verse that says, if you will draw near to me, meaning God, I will continue to draw near to you, and I will unfold my presence. And this would happen to me, Oma, when I was very little. I started to draw near to God, and he began to unfold his presence into my life, giving me an unusual peace, giving me an unusual presence and an unusual security and safety that I felt. But in this case, from my perspective, it was me drawing closer to him and him continuing to draw closer to me and to unfold. So when you get emotional about this, tell me why you feel emotional.
Because it's the most important, because people want the success, they want this, they want the things and the money and all these things, and I don't understand. It's so obvious to me. The background is divine. It's God consciousness. The peace is already here within, and it's so obvious for you and me. It's so obvious. And billions of people that we're trying to help, you and your level, me and my level, they are lost. They are. I truly feel and know this from birth, that the worst type of suffering is to be disconnected from the source, from what we are.
Yes, it's true.
That's why.
Very true. And as you're saying, and I understand your passion, because I think that if you go back to the 1930s, 1940s, things were a lot more simple. Very few people had automobiles, cars, even when they first came out. Very few people were flying in airplanes until much later in life. Rhythmic. There was a rhythm. There's a rhythm of life. I believe that man, in some of his ways, many people in mankind, and many times because of their misalignment, and also because of their motives that are not correct, have really spoken something into the world that this is the way the world should be, that the world should be at a certain pace. And if you're not at this pace, you're missing something. But we were never intended to live this way. We were intended to be, as you know, human beings, to be being, B-E-I-N-G, fully present, fully feeling, fully alive. The Buddhists say this. The Christians say this. The Jewish faith say this. We need to be fully present, fully feeling, and fully alive. And this is what you sense from me, and this is what I sense from you. Is that I'm truly in this moment right now. I'm not anywhere else.
Yes, absolutely. And this is the miracle. This is living on this paradise on earth. This is heaven on earth. This is within, without. There is no explanation, no understanding about it. But I respect you tremendously, because you have a way to deal with the mentality and obstacles in people's lives. You have a way to bridge, like a bridge between here and heaven. You're a bridge. You know, understand what I'm saying? And this bridge that you are, because because God is here with you, and you are that. And so this is why it's not an emotion for me when I touch someone that it's pure. You are pure. You are holy. And for me, what can I say?
No, but thank you for this. And I think that when I was little, I saw a lot of things that I did not understand. And that would be my mother and father not getting along. My father struggling with alcohol addiction. My mother being a very angry lady and very tough, loving but angry. And instead of feeling sorry for myself, and instead of blaming anyone, I said to myself, Oma, I said, there must be another way. There must be another way.
Amen.
I need to find my own rhythm.
Oh, hallelujah, right? I mean, you needed to find your own rhythm, and we all need, we have to find our own rhythm. It's not an option. You know, we have option into food and technology, but this is not an option.
It's not an option. And when a person is out of rhythm, there are only times that they realize it, because it's almost like being in a car that is not fine-tuned, but you think it's fine-tuned because you don't know that much about cars. But if somebody who works with cars gets in your car, they will say, you have a certain sound that it's not, something's wrong, or it's a little bit sluggish. It's not moving fluidly. And what we have become as people is we diagnose ourselves. And we just say, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. And many times you're not okay.
Many times not okay. And then boom, the accident happened, the divine intervention. We end up in the hospital, the coma, or somebody, you know. I mean, and then hopefully it is what God has planned for you. I mean, God has planned for you, Tim, that you help billions of people. I mean, I don't think, you know, I mean, I don't think you try hard. You worked hard in your skills, obviously, as a human person, but who you are, it was unlocked from the beginning. And who you are, you know, you were upgraded to do what you do. So I don't think it's like, oh, I'm going to put a program on the top of my program. I want to be a superstar, you know, motivational speaker, and then I repeat them in the mantra. It's something that God planned for you, and you simply said, okay, I let go and I let God.
No, and thank you for seeing that. And I think that's why many times when I'm going to go speak at a big conference, I remember there was this conference, and this particular one, because I speak at all sites. It could be 30 people, 18 people, but they can be very large. This one was 14,000 people, and it was in Las Vegas, and they had several what we would consider well-known speakers. So they had two men before me, and I noticed that before they spoke, Oma, watch this, they were pacing the ground. They were pacing, they were getting into their focus. And I just kind of smiled. And before I was going to speak, my friend had come with two of his small children. And he said, oh, they see you as Uncle Tim. Can they see you? I know you're about to speak. I said, of course. And one of them is only 3 years of age. So she was saying, Uncle Tim, look what I got. This is my new toy. And I was playing with her and talking to the boy and talking to my friend. The people who had the conference said to me, now, Tim, do you realize you're about to have to go up there in 3 minutes? I said, oh, yeah, I'm okay. And then one of the organizers came and said, is he okay? Last time I saw him, he was so dynamic on stage. Is he okay? And I was just joking with the kids and my friend. And then the man came up to me and handed me the microphone, and he was nervous. And because he was part of the conference. He said, do you feel like you have it today? And I said, I went like this. I went, watch. And he says, well, why don't you say anything? I said, oh, I have it today. And, I mean, when I went on that stage, I mean, magic hit that place.
Oh my
and people were laughing and crying and standing, cheering, because I did not have to prepare myself in those backstage moments.
No.
I just needed to release myself at the proper time.
Yes, and yes. And I'm going to crack the code a little bit because you're so prepared.
Yes.
And the attunement is done. It is done. It is done. It is done. You don't have to go into this intellect. I mean, you just be this instrument.
Yes.
Why on earth we have to put this mind at play when we know that is not happening there?
You're exactly right. So let me ask you this, because of the way you move. Have you been a performer? And are you a performer? Did you dance or did you act?
All of it, I do. All of this, because when I was born, I pick up, like 5-year-old, I pick up a guitar, okay, I play guitar, okay, and then, because see, what I knew is that something happened at birth. It was
Yes.
I can't say because there's no words.
Yeah.
The eyes was blind and this opened up. I can't say. God spoke to me and he says this, that, bing, bam, boom. Never in my life, I think.
Yes.
I listen and I move and I do not answer and I do not question.
Yes.
This is the reason I said, God put you in the front of me today. I don't have to research you. It's already done.
Yes.
It is not about me.
No, but I can see this, that you have, it's interesting. I think a lot of people that God has blessed with an artistic manner, that it seems to be that a lot of us, we know how to find the alignment with God quicker. I think a lot of people who just reason in the mind, reason, they almost think they're way out of magical living.
Of course.
And so I can see this with you, that from the disciplines maybe of music, the disciplines of dancing, the disciplines of acting or being on stage, whatever, you are exactly right with me. So I study maybe as much as 30 hours for a 1-hour talk, because I love to study. I was up early this morning. I studied for 2.5 hours on a subject that I'm not even speaking on right now. I'm just interested. So obviously I have my notes when I'm going to speak. I'm very comfortable on any stage, any size, because it's just going to come out.
It's not you. It's not you. It's through you, to the self, through the self, because you have self-realized and you have self-actualized. And so it don't matter, because there is no audience. It's not an audience. 1 person, 1,000, 5,000 is one.
Yes.
You're speaking to your own self.
And another thing that I feel, and what is the best way to say your first name? I like your name. What's your first name?
Oma.
Yeah, like I'm saying, Oma.
Oh, yeah, Oma.
Is it, for me, I am only a part of what is going on in this world. But I think I'm a very important part of the puzzle.
Of course you are.
So it's but I think you are as well. But it's like when you have a puzzle, and let's say a puzzle that's not so advanced, and you are missing a key piece, and you're like, oh, where's that piece of the puzzle? And did I drop it on the floor, or is it still in the box? I am the piece of the puzzle in many people's lives.
The key to the their higher consciousness. And then, I mean, it has to be, this purpose of yours is amazing. And be careful, because you have to go. There is no higher ground. The happiness that you and I are living moment by moment without desiring anything.
Right.
Anything. It is,
Yeah.
the ultimate desire, if there is a desire to freedom, is the fire, is God within. I mean, I think I explode sometime. I'm going to explode, because
Yes.
I go walk on the street and I grab people, my guitar, start singing. I can't hold it, and this body cannot hold it. This is why I'm a little crazy. I do many things to help people.
But can I say this about like you for a minute, that when you see people, Deepak Chopra said this. He said, I would rather be with someone who's borderline a little bit, too far out there, than be with someone who is just boring, normal, and common. And so I love people who play very close to the edge. Some of our greatest actors play close to the edge, greatest writers, greatest sculptors, greatest thought leaders. And so I think that this is God's call on your life. And if you don't have my book, The Miracle Mentality, I would like to send it to you.
Of course.
And so if you just reach out to my office, we will just give us your address, because you have a miracle mentality. And I know God's going to continue to do beautiful and wonderful things in and through you. And I think you know this already, but you have a gift of healing. And you have your spoken words, but also God's going to give you the understanding of people and where they're hurting, and you're going to speak healing over their life.
But you asked me why I cry.
Yeah.
It's not up to me. I listen. I don't do anything. I'm not the door, Tim. I am not the door in this life.
Yeah.
I am not. I am not.
Yeah.
I'm step by step. We don't have time, but go over any. But it is from dying 3 times and coming back from all this interruption, but on purpose. It's always been on purpose.
Yes. So for my followers, how do they find more where you are? Is it a website or Instagram, or what's the best way to connect with you?
Are you talking to me? How they connect with me?
Yes. Is it through Facebook or Instagram?
Yeah. Social media, Mystical Mavericks. I have a community, Mystical Mavericks community on Facebook, Instagram, or my mystical. Can find me. And I feel like also, if God wants to find you somewhere and find somebody for you, it happens, huh?
Yeah. Yes.
But you, however, how can we find you, and what is your next adventure?
My adventure I'm having now, I'm enjoying. That's talking to you.
You have no idea. I don't have words for it, huh?
Because I'm in the moment of living, and I enjoy everyday living, and I'm unfolding. And I'm very, very excited about what God is doing in me next. And let's see how it unfolds. I'm very open to it.
I mean, I will be the protecting this for you as well. You were now timeline in here in me for eternal, and I don't have words. There is no words. I love you. It's all it is.
Yes.
Okay, and there's nothing else really to say after
Yes.
this. You are beauty, wisdom, holiness, self-guru, God. That is what it is.
Well, thank you. Thank you. But so my new book is The Miracle Mentality. People can find it wherever books are.
Mhm.
But I'm thankful for you and the place that you are in your life. You're in a good place
Mm.
of helping, healing, restoring. I see that.
Mm. Bless your heart. Bless your beautiful heart. And God must have kissed you on those cheeks. Oh my God.
Yes, I thank my mother a lot for giving birth to me.
Of course, of course. Can you imagine what the instrument that you feel every day? Oh my God. I will be here. Huh? I will be here.
Yes, nice to see you, and thank you for this great conversation.
Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, Mystical Mavericks, I hope, I trust that you have felt the connection with Tim Stories today in this unfolding of wisdom and beauty and holiness. It was difficult to hold it for me because when you are with someone who has awakened from the mind, who had self realized and self actualized, someone like Tim is very beautiful, and the presence itself is the teaching. So what else is really has to be said when it comes to empowering others through his eyes? It is to have a devotion higher than yourself, is to have found the missing key, like he said, of your own puzzle and the rhythm of your own self, to your own unique self. And so it is when you find out what you are made of, the divine blueprint that is the blueprint, the puzzle. But each one of us has to be wanted to go there. One has to transcend this mind. One has to want to shift from the beliefs, conditions, and programming. One has to feel it, that this is my time. This is why, not how, why I am here. Why? And to find out your purpose, your life happiness, that has to do with you and you alone. And this silence is really, you listen, you start to listen into this silence that is really the background of your life. And when you drop into this silence, you let this grace, it's almost like a silk wrap. It comes and it wraps you. And you feel this peace in the silence. This is very important because the mind will tell you otherwise, but God, that is here all along within you, within and without, it is what it is. It's very difficult to put it in the mind or to try with the intellect to do something about it, to go in a certain direction about it, to even learn about it. It is about you dropping all and surrendering and let it go. Let it go so you can be here now. And if you really pay attention to this interview, which is not an interview, this is this is more like a divine intervention, this unfolding into this conversation, being such in a moment with someone like this in high in vibration. I don't know what to say. I don't have words, sometimes it's so, the truth has no words. So all I'm saying to you is please, 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 please pay attention when you listen to this exchange, this connection that just happened with Tim. Be there with us. Be there with us. Unify. And know that you're not separated from that conversation. You know this. There is no such a thing as separation. Like I said, the worst type of suffering. That's why I get emotional when I talk about this, because I know it. I know for sure. I had no doubt. I had no doubt. I had no fears and doubt left, nothing. So I know this for sure, that the worst, even if you're not conscious about it, it's underneath. It feeds you this negative, Even if you're not conscious about it, something about it just keeps the vibration on the lower ground, and you have to raise your consciousness. But you have to be desiring this silence, which is what you are in the first place. This is when you get directed guidance. It doesn't come from, I'm gonna go to therapy, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Yes, do it all. It serves you. But the main ingredient for you to access what you are is to be in this silence, to turn everything off, and to surrender, and to sit into this place, this holy ground, that it is here always for you, is never left you. You start thinking so much that it has, you forgot about it. So when you ask me and you ask Tim and you ask, what is my purpose? I'm lost. It's very difficult because depression is in the mind, and it's very difficult because I cannot tell you, oh, it's easy, sit down, meditate. I cannot tell you this because I was there before. I know what it feels to be depressed. And it's the opposite of God. But however, God is in their depression too, because every time you go to a phase in your life, it's still a guidance. You're still being guided, and you have to say, okay, I am in this time in my life and I feel all of this. Instead of victimize myself, how can I use this depression as a tool to open up this tunnel, this alignment to God, and let it open up so you can free yourself from these doubts and fears and beliefs that you believe that's it is not, suffering is not it's not supposed to be, you're not here to suffer in this life. You're here to express and be the expression of that happiness, beauty, love, nature, God, self. You are that. And so I encourage all of you to be more tuned in, to be more self-aware, practice self-awareness. And again, say to you, okay, there's all of this in my life, maybe drama. Everybody has all these things. But instead of identifying with those things, why not come back to you and just ask yourself, what am I? And just sit down, relax. Yes, close your eyes if you like to close your eyes. It's easier. But there's not in the forcing, oh, I'm going to set a mantra, I'm going to meditate. No. It's about being here now with no effort. Each time you start making effort, you start thinking of a process, then you lose this silence, this natural beauty that is here. Because in here and now, there is no lack. It's all here for you. All of it. And I know it. And so, wow. You are blessed. We are blessed to be here. To be here exploring, investigating this happiness, this freedom. And know that you are already free. Know it, feel it. So with that, my beauties, I send you love, light, wisdom, and I know that we'll see each other again because we're always together. Okay. I love you, and I will see you very soon. Make sure you go the Facebook group, Mystical Mavericks. I would love to see you there. You can come to the Oma Mystical, that's the Instagram. You can enter right now. We also have a contest. All of this is happening in the Mystical Mavericks community in Kula. So with that, be safe, be blessed, love. Ciao, ciao. Bisous, bisous. À bientôt. Bye, bye.
You have just listened to another enlightening episode of Mystical Mavericks. Please visit mysticalmavericks.com for additional resources and to learn more about our mentorship, giveaways, and gatherings. Be sure to subscribe and share so you don't miss the next episode of Mystical Mavericks.